Hey y'all, it's Desiree and I'm back with another video, and I want to bring this to hopefully encourage somebody today that restoration is here. I feel led to share this with y'all. For some time now, I have been wanting some AirPods so bad. I had some, then I lost one, and it was sometime last year that I lost them, and I kept my case because I was like, you know what? I need some more AirPods. I'm gonna get me some more AirPods. And a couple weeks ago, God sent the provision, and I knew it was time for me to get my AirPods. So I grabbed my case, and I definitely went up to Best Buy, and I was just very much thankful, very much grateful. So fast forward into like 4 or 5 days ago, I started noticing that these AirPods were tripping, but not in a way that I've ever seen with AirPods. And I started to notice the ways that they weren't working. It was the enemy trying to come against me, because the enemy don't just be trying to touch you, he be trying to touch your possessions. And I was just like, oh no, I'll come against that. But the problem kept persisting. And I was like, you know what? I'm taking these AirPods back, and they're going to give me some more. And I went on the site to see, what was their return policy. And it said that you had 14 days to return the product. And I looked, and it was day 15. And immediately the enemy tried to come against me like, you wasted your money, you wanted these so bad, and look now what happened. But I was just like, no, I'm about to go to Best Buy. They're gonna do something is gonna be done, because I know that I've been standing for these AirPods. These AirPods mine, whether it's these or the replacement. This is very much my blessing, and I'm not taking no for an answer. And I barely make it to Best Buy, and I go in and I explain to the man what's going on with these AirPods, and the whole time I have this anxiety and this worry, like, what if they tell me, sorry, you should have came yesterday? But I was just like, nope, I'm gonna have faith that they're gonna do something. So I get to explaining it to him and everything, and he says, well, we don't have a 14-day policy, we have a 15-day policy. And I said, oh, not y'all having a 15-day policy when I thought it was 14, when I thought that all hope was lost, when I thought I was just going out on a whim, and whole time it was promised, whole time it was rest assured. Because somebody think the restoration coming on a whim. Somebody think the restoration coming by accident. And those guys helping me, they were so nice, and it wasn't just a simple walk in, walk out, it was a lot of like, pull up this email, and it was store pickup, so we need the barcode and this and that. Now it's 3 people on the register, and I'm just like, okay. And they just like, listen, we so sorry that it's taking so long. And I said, sir, listen, I don't care how long it take. I would have came back up here tomorrow for the replacement. I'm just glad that y'all finna do something about what the Lord has promised me. And I get my AirPods, and I'm just so happy, and I'm just holding a little box in my hand, walking back to the car, and I was just like, Lord, thank you so much. And the joy and the happiness that I felt was unmatched compared to the joy and the happiness that I felt when I got them the first time. I had this feeling as though I was walking out with 2 pairs instead of 1. Because when he says double for your trouble, twice the joy in one thing, then you get that one thing twice. And as much as I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and take this as a loss. Then people said 14 days on their website. I'm not even finna waste my time driving up there knowing that they're about to close. I don't feel like arguing with nobody. I don't feel like proving my portion to nobody. But I said no, because I know what God promised me, and I know what these AirPods bring. Because it makes editing my videos so much easier. It's peace in those AirPods. It's joy in those AirPods. It's protection in those AirPods. It's praise in those AirPods. I need them AirPods. God is saying restoration is here. God is saying everywhere that the enemy tried to touch, everything that the enemy tried to hinder, everything that the enemy tried to delay is here. Total restoration is your portion, and it doesn't have to be reasoned. You don't have to persuade nobody. Don't nobody have to vouch for you. Don't nobody have to stand up for you. Can't nobody tell you yes or no, and can't nobody tell you not yet. Restoration is here. Total restoration. That thing that you've been standing for, that thing that you have been waiting on, that thing that you have been patient for. And not just that thing, but what that thing brings. Because for the next person, it may just be some AirPods. For the next person, it may just be a new apartment. For the next person, it may just be a brand new bed. For the next person, it may be a new pet dog. But you know what it means, and you know what it brings. Sometimes the Lord allows the enemy to touch what's ours so that when he gives it to us, our joy can be made full. It don't matter if they're getting ready to close. It don't matter if it look like time is winding down. It don't matter if it look like you ran out of time. It don't matter if the deadline is already passed. Your portion is spoken for, and God is going to position who he needs to position in order to make sure that it's brought about in full, so that you can experience the full joy and the Lord can get the full glory. The restoration is coming about in total perfection. Don't let the fight to restoration make you think that somehow that restoration is going to be faulty. Sometimes the Lord restores, sometimes the Lord replaces, but he always makes whole. Sometimes it's a new thing, sometimes it's the old thing, but he always makes whole. God is saying that many are standing in expectation for restoration. They're standing in expectation for what it is that God is going to do, but they're not truly standing in expectation for their joy to be restored. The enemy will try to get you to try to find a narrative to go with. What if you come out on the losing end? He wants you to grab hold of a storyline. He wants you to decide for yourself what makes sense. But God is saying, don't just expect restoration of the things that he promised. Also expect the restoration of your joy. When you understand that God is restoring your joy, it doesn't matter how he's going to restore it. Like I said, then people could have told me, come up here tomorrow and get your replacement. Then people could have said, oh, we're going to have to mail you out a replacement and it's not going to be here until next week. That's fine, as long as my joy is restored. As long as my hope is not brought to shame. Lord, have your way. That's fine. And God is saying as well, this total restoration that he is performing in this time, it's not about you deserving it. It's about the fact that you need it. It's what's required. In the same sense that if you go to the bank to cash a check, the money that they give you in replace of that check is not what you deserve. It's what's required. It's what's owed to you because it's yours. This restoration is yours. It's not just another cute thing that God wants to surprise you with. It's yours. And it's a must that it comes in full portion. Don't allow the enemy to try to get you to settle for less. Don't allow the enemy to try to get you to ration out your portion. Don't allow the enemy to tell you that it's coming, but it ain't coming how you think it's coming. It ain't going to hit every area like you think it's going to hit. When God comes through, when God rains down, everything gets wet. Nothing goes untouched. That's why it's so important to understand that your joy is being restored. And don't look at none of this stuff. Don't look at none of this time. Don't look at none of your tears and think I went without. Think I missed out. Think, oh, I had it and then it was taken away from me because I'm not crying. And surely I'm not thinking about them AirPods no more that didn't work. All those tears, all those hardships, all those things that you had to lay down, all those things that you were blessed with, and then you had to return them unto the Lord, were down payments. It was stowaway. It was put up for safekeeping. You really thought you lost that thing. You really thought you were denied that thing. You really thought that somebody was going to tell you no. You really thought that God said yes, brought it to you, and then said no. Not when it's total restoration, and not when it's double for your trouble. And I just hear right now, denied to be revised. Because he want to do it better this second time around. That's all your little heart could take that first time around. Ooh, God. But he built it up. But he made it strong. And now it's ready to see the full portion. Now it's ready to behold the full restoration. It was denied at the last minute. Because at the last minute he decided, oh no, bigger than that. Sometimes we don't realize between today and tomorrow we touch the Lord's heart. Sometimes we don't understand why God keep changing his mind, because you can't stay still, because you don't give up, because you don't stop working, because you ain't gave no time for the goodness of God to catch up with you. Oh, but today. Oh, but in this time. You weren't just slowed up for no reason. He didn't start holding back for no reason. It didn't get dry for no reason. It didn't get quiet for no reason. I had to slow you down. I didn't forget what I spoke to you. I didn't forget what I promised you. I had to slow you down. You thought it was just depression. You couldn't understand why you needed so much rest. I had to slow you down because it's time, because it's a must that you be restored, because you've done all you can that your flesh can take. Not that Rick Ross song, push you to the limit. I can't. Listen, the Lord had to sit some folks down. You need to sit down. Because you thought you was the only one who wanted to see you blessed. You thought you was the only one who wanted to see you with it. You just thought that you was waiting on for God to say, okay, now I'm pleased. Okay, now I'm delighted. As if he wasn't pleased and delighted watching you come up out that womb. You know that feeling that you feel when you know you got something that belongs to somebody, not without permission, but I just know I got something that belongs to somebody else. I want to give you back your stuff. I'm ready to see you so I can give you back your stuff. Because why is this even in my possession? It's weighing heavy on the Lord. It's weighing heavy on the heart of God. While you're sitting back saying, oh God, come on now. All these U-turns, all these circles, all these back and forths, all these turnarounds, what are we doing here? It's weighing heavy on the heart of God. It's flesh that's sitting up talking about, oh, well, if you want to get it done so bad, and if it's so important, then why it seem like, and I'm still waiting, and it's weighing heavy on the Lord. You're not the only one who want to see you with it. You're not the only one who's been waiting patiently. God don't want to keep holding your stuff. God don't want to hold your stuff no more longer than he have to. It's weighing heavy on the Lord. And you know when you're trying to give somebody that you love, that you care about, who's always been there for you. They wasn't perfect, but they've been faithful. And you told them that you were going to get them something, but they don't know what it is. And you just got that beautifully wrapped box sitting in the back of your car. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And you're just sitting up there daydreaming of what their reaction is going to be like, and how excited and happy that they're going to be, and how it's going to feel for you in that moment to finally release what you had for them. And you're just growing more and more impatient, itching to see their reaction. It's weighing heavy on the heart of God. And you bring it to them, and their jaw drops. And they're just in awe with how it's packaged, and they haven't even seen what's inside. And they open it up, and they say, how could you? Oh, God, you didn't have to, but I ain't feel like you deserved that. I felt like you needed it. What you mean? Oh, I can't accept this. You gonna accept it today? It's been weighing heavy on my heart in full portion. You are not the only one who want to see you with it. Please know that total restoration is here, and it's coming around this time in full. Your heart will be made whole because your joy will be made full.